I love it. It looks like you guys are all done. Perfect.
Alex.
We're trying to figure out if we're live on YouTube. You know what? Can someone go to, let me see. I'll pull it up and just see if we're live on YouTube because the link's out on the web, right?
I'm seeing a live on YouTube symbol.
Says we're meeting now, streaming live on YouTube.
Hold on, let me go into YouTube. See if I
My
can pull it.
computer says live on YouTube.
So does mine.
Okay, so
Ashley got y'all fixed. Sorry about that, folks.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so we're just starting now.
Yeah, start now.
we're just starting now. Okay.
Do we have to start from the very beginning?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So welcome everyone. Let's do a quick roll call.
Ellen Winkler,
Janine DePaula Stevens,
Tiffany Patterson,
Holly Ranieri.
Bill Zolper.
Alex Hanna, happy to be secretary this time.
And Drew Martin.
All
And
about-
then if someone can make a motion to approve the minutes from the 3-4 meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I can second.
And then if someone can make a motion to adopt the agenda for today.
So moved.
Second,
Great, thank you very much. So what Janine has put up is a draft that Alex put together for the mailing that the town is going to send out. Alex and I had a great meeting with the commissioners, and they are fully behind what we're trying to do on the beautification fundraiser. And step one is trying to get this mailer out within the town newsletter. It's not a separate mailer from what I understand. It's in the actual town newsletter. Is that correct, Paul?
That is correct.
Okay, so what we need to determine here is for everybody to take a look at this flyer or draft that Alex had done and give your feedback. If there's anything that needs to be changed, any way we can make it a little bit more concise, because I know we are limited in the space that we have in the newsletter. So just open it up to ideas.
Just being particular of is it possible to move the Dewey Beach logo to the left? Anyone, and then have the other one on the right?
I think artistically, that's an excellent idea.
That would look great.
Okay. Alex, I'm not able to do that, but I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. So each logo on each side, I can do that.
Alex, also just to let you know, Bill and Paul both confirmed that it was okay to have that the town logo on everything.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
I have a question. Do we have to put Dewey Beach Way of Life in quotes or not? Are we allowed to just use it that way? Dewey Beach's Way of Life?
Is
No,
it?
I need to talk to Harry Wilson on that.
Okay.
To make sure we can use that verbiage.
Right.
Yeah, or it might be easier just to take it out so that we don't have to deal with going back and forth with him. I mean,
Yeah, let's take that out. I mean, that's a phrase that Harry has trademarked. So
Right.
whenever we
Paul,
use it, and obviously we're raising money on something that's trademarked, and I can ask him and get written permission, but
and just quicker.
yeah,
Just
let's change it to help us make the town more beautiful, or whatever you want to say on there. Hey, I
That's
have a
perfect.
suggestion on the form.
Perfect.
Should we just kind of go paragraph by paragraph, make sure there's no issues here? Or
That'd be great. That would be great. That's the
Okay,
quickest way to do it.
first paragraph, any changes, any comments?
I have nothing.
I'm okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. Second paragraph, starting with keeping Dewey Beach beautiful.
Good.
Yep.
Third, a gift from you will help us keep the town of Dewey Beach colorful with planted flowers, holiday decorations, and other beautification improvements that will be determined based upon the success of our fundraising.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
The Dewey Beach Marketing Committee has, I'm going to say, I almost think like we should just take out 5-year in case it takes longer and just say the Dewey Beach Marketing Committee has a goal to raise enough money to design and install a large permanent feature on the Bay Beach with engraved recognition on the back. But to secure potential designs for this recognition, we start by raising funds. And
I
Drew,
like
you had a
taking
comment.
5-year goal out because I think it reduces the urgency. And I think you do it now. Don't, well, you got 5 years to do it. That's
Right.
just my thought.
Should we leave this out altogether?
No, I what I was gonna say is if I need to cut something to make space, or Ashley needs to cut something, that would be my recommendation, that we lose that paragraph. If everybody's okay with that.
If we have to.
I mean, we could bump everything up because we're at a 12-point font here. So we could bump everything up and create a small little tear off to the bottom of this. Somebody could send in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Janine. I know we had discussed having a card that comes back. Maybe, you think of this as a trifold. So if we can use 2/3 of a page, and we'll use that last third as a, we can't perforate it, but, draw the scissor marks along the bottom that you can clip this off and mail it back,
Is it possible is it okay with
or
everyone?
go to the website, either or.
If I remove this to bump everything up to create that space? Okay, just making sure we have no problemos. I'll adjust spacing. Okay, so we were here. And now with the idea of adding, we'll have plenty of space once I adjust everything to add that form at the bottom. To honor your generosity, we will be recognizing your contribution to the town of Dewey Beach on our beautification website. In addition, the town is currently working with DelDOT for those who donate over blank to receive a sign in the median along Route 1. Additional recognition opportunities will be outlined on the town of Dewey Beach's website as they are approved. You can also follow our progress by visiting the website address. I assume we can have a page on the website? Is that
Yes.
okay?
So is there going to be, we're just going to have a page on the town of Dewey Beach. There's not going to be an additional website. Is that correct?
No, we can just run it off of our site.
Okay. All right. I think that needs to Oh, okay. Okay. Do you
Yeah,
all
something that
want
says
me
pay
to-
online or mail in, whatever's easier.
Right. Do you want me to launch the Facebook page?
Sure.
It's ready to go. I
I
mean,
thought we had a Facebook page, no?
no, what I mean is the Dewey Beach Beautification Facebook page. I can link that to the Town of Dewey Beach page. But that page is ready to go. I just did not make it live yet. I was waiting to see what everybody wanted me to do with that.
Yeah, Kelly, I think it's awesome. What I would suggest is we wait till we have the information on how to give. And once you have that, because you're only going to get a couple visits from some people, some
Right.
people might come back, but I would wait till we have like the direction of exactly what we're looking for, and then we can promote it and share it.
Okay, maybe what we may want to do is plop that on here, like a Facebook, find us on Facebook type thing. I don't know. People are so technical these days. Most people are. That they, if we put a little find us on Facebook symbol,
Yeah.
they can do that.
That's a great idea. And that actually
That is
allows us to reach more people too, so we can share it.
Yeah. Our reach with the Dewey Beach, Town of Dewey Beach page keeps growing every day. So we're doing really well with that.
Kelly, are you able to tell me what it is? Because we could do, I'm just kind of putting this in here as we're going. You can also follow our progress by visiting, there'd be the website or our
Yeah.
Facebook
Let
page.
me get on here. I think it's hold on, let me switch users pages. It's Dewey Beach Beautification Project. So I guess what is that? That's Dewey Beach Facebook / Dewey Beach Beautification Project. Is that
How would they find the beautification page?
Let me find it and I'll drop the URL in.
Yeah, so Dewey Beach Beautification Project, our Facebook page, Dewey Beach Beautification Project. Yeah, they can just find it that way. They can search for it. And I'll link it to the town website as well.
Yeah,
I
and then
put
that
it
link,
down.
work with Ashley on that.
Yeah, I'll get it all linked up.
Click here and
Yeah.
that goes to our pay section of the website.
Yeah. Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Facebook at Dewey Beach Beautification Project. Oops, sorry, blog. I think that's how that goes. I have to check in on that. I'll play with that tonight.
I can find it. I can
We'll
find
find it. Yeah,
if there's no objections, I can find it and put it in here.
yeah.
Okay. So
now that we've added all this, are we still going to be able to do the fold over 3 fold?
Yeah.
Think it'll fit?
take this down to 11. We don't need much room for signature. And there's still enough room because we don't need much.
Right.
And we can do, what information do we need? Name,
Amount.
probably want email maybe. Move all this around, just going with it here. We want address? Yes?
Yep. Sure. Dewey Beach address.
Right, okay, change that. Dewey Beach.
Oh, you know what? Just now, as I think of that,
What
It
if
could
we
be
don't put the
visitors.
Dewey?
yeah, whatever their mailing address is. It's
Mailing
not
address.
Because that's where they're gonna get the mailing address.
Yeah. Their mailing address.
Okay, and then,
Amount?
yep.
Maybe boxes. You know, what do you think what's a reasonable number people donate?
You start high, and then you lower it, and then you have another.
Right.
So you've got 500. Tell me amounts. I'm just throwing in here.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. You know, will people mail us $100, $200 through the like? What do you know?
I think $100 might be the popular number, but
Yeah. I don't have a vote in this, so I'm just speaking as a public citizen.
and maybe
50 and 25.
yeah, and then other.
I don't know if I would go that low. I might do 50 as the lowest, and then other.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we have 50, 100, 250? I mean, some people will do a few $100.
How does 250, 150, and then other?
I don't hate having the idea of the 500 there. I think
I think that looks great.
yeah, I like that.
I mean, if we're getting $50 from somebody, I think that would be nice.
Nice donation. That buys some flowers.
Look at you. Look at that.
I know it has to be approved. I'm doing my best to get it to the point where
You're
it all
good.
looks good. So.
Janine, do you think that's 250 words?
Are we not supposed to have more than 250?
I think that's Ashley threw out to me that was the goal, somewhere around 250.
Oh, I thought she was actually going to print this page.
Yeah, I think we're more than that. I did it.
Can you do a word count?
Yeah.
Is she printing this page or?
I think she's printing it, and mailing it.
Okay, so as long as,
It's on a page. I mean, you can move your font by one. And
She just gave me, she threw that out to me very quickly. I didn't quite understand how this thing goes into the newsletter. If it was, on one of the trifolds on a page. I mean, maybe you know better, Paul. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it's a trifold, and it's addressed to the address that we have on record, whatever the mailing address is for each property. So everybody will receive it, and then inside it, there's going to be a bunch of papers, and we want something that stands out. So if we can do it on color paper or something like that. But there's going to be other things in that envelope. So we just want to make sure they.
Oh, okay. All right. So it can be its own page. It could be its own thing in there. Okay. All right. Well, then we don't need to worry about that.
Right. I mean, keep it. Yeah. I mean, it's roughly a page is 250, but you don't want to make the print too small either.
Yeah.
Make the big part. Where they go online to make the donation. You can make that a bigger font.
There you go.
Janine, is it saying the number of words down at the bottom on the left-hand side?
I think we're fine.
yeah.
The way that Paul's explaining this to me, I think we're fine.
Bill, that's your understanding too, correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. So if I can come back up my question here, beautification website, should we say our beautification website page?
Yes, I would say, please visit our beautification page at the town of Dewey Beach, because I think we need to be specific that it's on the town of Dewey Beach.
So
Are we
maybe
going to link your Facebook page to that then?
Yeah, it'll all be
Okay.
linked.
So
Okay.
what we don't have is the URL because the page hasn't been created yet. So the last sentence states, you can follow our progress by visiting, which is going to be the town of Dewey Beach / I don't know, beautification or whatever.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we just say, you can start by visiting the town's website, and then once we have the page created, we'll just put a little thing on the homepage that says beautification project. They can click on there.
Yeah. Here's where we got to be careful. If donations are coming to the town, we want to make sure that the only thing that they're going to is a town website, not an individual group's website from it. So
Right.
that way there's never called into question like where the money went.
Right. So if you just you can follow our progress on the town of DeweyBeach.com. And then they go to that page, they go to the homepage on Town of Dewey Beach. And then it has calendar, this, and this. We can have Ashley add beautification project, and then it would be right there. So we really don't need to have it a link right now for it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Bill, if you can make a note to Ashley, I don't know if she has that live yet, but have a tab on the website for beautification donations.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
So now
It looks great, guys. Great job.
Does everyone look, okay, so I moved this sentence up. So if you can just bear with me while we revisit this paragraph, you can follow our progress by visiting or our Facebook page. To honor your generosity, we will be recognizing your contribution to the town of Dewey Beach on our beautification website page. Might be a little redundant, we could take out the word website, but in addition, the town is currently working with Delta for those who donate. Do we want to put this in there right now? Or should we just?
We haven't figured out how many signs that we can put out yet. And that was one of the things we wanted to discuss. How many signs we actually think we can put within Dewey Beach on that median. I noticed the other day when I was driving by, I was looking at Shell, and there was another one. Those were only 100 feet apart. They were really close. So I was thinking originally you could put one at the end of each block, at each crossing at least.
I figure each one per block or one per crossing, something like that, I think is reasonable.
So what if we just take all of this out for now, for the purposes of the time crunch?
I agree. I think we should take that out.
And then just simply say recognition opportunities will be outlined on the town of Dewey Beach's website as they are approved.
Yes.
Perfect.
We will be recognizing your contributions on our beautification website page. Recognition opportunities will be outlined on the Town of Dewey Beach website as they are approved.
Do we have to put something down on the bottom if someone wants their donation to be anonymous?
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at my spelling. I'm going to mess that word up horribly.
That's a tough word.
I rely on spell check. Something along, I just wanted it to be really clear. I think.
Good.
All right, so to help us raise the funds needed, help us raise the funds needed to keep the town of Dewey Beach beautiful. Make a tax deductible donation now by making an online donation or mailing in the form at the bottom, of this page with your check made payable. Is this correct? To the town of Dewey Beach?
Yep. Yeah, why don't can we do something that says, what do we have? 3 ways to do it. You can go online and make a payment, 3 easy ways to get involved. Go online and pay it. 2, you can call town hall and do it over the phone. Or 3, you can.
Okay. That you want me to put that one last?
Yeah, I mean, some people prefer to do that. However they want to get money to us, I think we should be thankful any way they get it to us.
What's the phone number? 410. What's the phone number?
227-6363.
Is the capitalized? Are we the town of Dewey Beach or just town of Dewey Beach?
Town.
Town of Dewey Beach.
You need that next sentence if you have those figures down below of what people can donate.
We can move it here.
You could just have every dollar counts and thank you for your support.
Yep.
That brings me back up. Dale, you're on here now, aren't you? I think. Didn't I see? No. Okay. Figured I know. I don't know it off the top of my head, but he always has a middle initial, doesn't he? Is that right?
Dale H. Cook.
Okay, thank you. And Drew, are you good with Drew Martin, or did you want?
That's fine.
Okay.
Esquire, anything like that?
Brand
Cook with an E. Simply with an E on the end.
Oh, there he is.
What's wrong?
Cook with an E.
We got it.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. No, I had that part right. I was looking for the middle initial. So. Okay.
Paul had it right. Dale H. Cook.
Okay. All right. You can see the letter. Would everyone like to read through it one more time and see if there are any final changes?
I'm reading up. I don't see anything.
Janine, do you mind scrolling up just a little bit just to see the headline again? Oh, okay. We have beautiful twice in the headline, the subhead, but it's different words, so I think it's fine. because it explains what we mean by the beautification.
Do you have to document tax deductible? Saying what kind of deduction it is?
Can I interrupt for a minute, please? Just to let you guys know, have we checked that it is tax deductible?
Yes.
Who answered your?
Janine. A certain.
Okay, because
I can answer it too, sorry.
as far as I know, the only tax deductible branch of the town is the police department.
Commissioner Bauer, do you want to confirm that with Commissioner
Yeah.
Stevens?
I talked to your husband about that, so he claims it is. Bill, do you want to weigh in on it?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I'd say between the donations that go to the lifeguards and the police department. But I'm not sure. I'll have to research that and get back to you.
What I can do is, based on that answer on that, I can just remove that part of it out of there. When we go to,
That's a very, I think, important part though for a lot of people.
yeah.
And doesn't it say it up top too? Yeah, through yeah, so it's twice in the document.
Yeah.
What, we can confirm that in the morning. I mean, for purposes of this meeting, we can just bounce that off of, Sheena, would you know on that maybe?
Sorry, tax deductibility is not my forte.
Okay. I guess we could bounce that off of Fred tomorrow morning.
I'll run that down.
Okay.
All right, you guys just let me know tomorrow and then we can just,
Yeah, and if it's, let's keep it in there just the way it is. And then if it's not, we'll just strike those words from this document and that'll be what we're voting on. So when we motion this, we'll have both languages in there.
and we're not voting on this document. All we're doing is making recommendations, and then I'm just taking the document to Bill and Ashley and telling them to put it in as long as everyone's on the same page, and just put it in the newsletter.
Yeah, I think on our agenda, we should discuss and vote.
Not on this specific thing, though.
Not on this one. Okay.
We have to be very specific, not on this specific thing. And I spoke with Ashley, and it was important that we're just everyone's making recommendations, and if everybody is agreed, then I'm going to recommend to Bill and Ashley that you include this in into the mailer.
And Drew, I might have missed this, but what's the timing of the mailer? And the reason I ask is because we might want to put together a press briefing based on this information, and we can send them to the Facebook page, or we can send them to the website, and it would be similar copy. But I think we have some time with that. Do we have a sense of when people will start to receive this?
Well, the mailing goes out at the beginning of April. I think we're pretty much up against it at this point.
Okay, so if we had for our next meeting, depending on when it is, we could also review, a press release and talking points. Because I do think, Paul, you and other commissioners may get calls on it.
Come.
That would be great.
I think it would be really good if we kind of got in front of it. I think that's what you're talking about, Alex, is maybe get with the Cape Gazette and maybe do a story on this.
Exactly. You and I are thinking the same. I think we actually frame the message and we do it right as the mailer mails. Ideally, we have to see if we can make it work. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great news around this, and send them to the Facebook page, right? Because that's the way to expand coverage. So yeah, I can work with whoever, and it will be really similar to what we have right here with a quote from Mayor Cook, probably.
Yeah, you want to just send that right to Ellen Driscoll. She's great.
Yeah. And we've worked with her on the holiday lights as well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, so as long as we can get a recommendation, and I can just go forward tomorrow with Ashley and Bill, we'll get an answer on the tax deductible section of it. And then if everybody's okay with that, then we could just say to Alex, go ahead and please forward that on as well to the Cape Gazette or whoever your media contact is.
Okay.
So everybody good?
Yep.
I do have where it shows that it is a tax deductible donation, but I can forward this to Bill Zolper and he can confirm.
Yeah, I'll discuss
Okay,
it with Fred tomorrow.
Perfect.
Um,
I'll send you the email.
Okay, so that's, I think we're good on this, so I will go ahead and take this and make the recommendation. Secondly, I wanted to discuss one thing about, speaking of fundraiser, with Kelly. I sent you an email just as a question, and then hopefully we can discuss it. Would it be a good idea, we're talking about doing this plant sale, would it be a good idea to incorporate that into the art show if you're doing an art show and not make it its own thing? I mean, with the possibility of getting more people there?
We could do that. However, I would have to put that in charge of someone else to do, but I certainly have the space to do it. But I would have to, kind of put that into the hands of somebody else. Right now, I'm super swamped with Arts Fest, regular, the Egg Scoop, and also the dogs and things on the beach, plus some other activities going on.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you
yeah.
to, I'm not asking you to
got
do
it.
it.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I have the space. You just let me know. I know that the Bay Resort Motel, they were interested in opening up their back parking lot to something. Alex has given me the Ivy parking lot, and I have the Lions Club parking lot. However, the Lions Club will be closed. So I do have all those places.
Thank Bills.
Yeah, so real quick, so just so you know, we're working with the state, or we will purchase some type of crush and run to put down there along Dagsworthy to make sure that everything is smoothed out. And then Kelly did an excellent job with the Easter egg hunt with the state requirements currently under the governor's guidance on large crowds. Now I'm hoping between now and these events that the governor may scale back some of those requirements, but as of right now, he hasn't. So, the example that Kelly used for the Easter egg event should be what we use also for the event on Dagsworthy Street.
Yeah, I'm putting that together as well. I was waiting on the Easter egg hunt. I did notice there were several press releases in the newspaper today on Easter egg events that are going on in the next 2 weeks around Delaware. So, fingers crossed that we'll get some good feedback. But yeah, I'm happy, that's coming up as well. And thank you for the Crusher Rock. That's something in the past that we've always done to make sure that area is, I know where all the water lies on that street. It's had me lose 10 pounds every May because I worry about it all the time. So yeah, I'm happy to point out where all that water lands. So great. That's wonderful, wonderful news.
When is the art show supposed to be?
The art show is May 8th.
May 8th. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
So we all know Kelly's got way too much on her plate. So the question is, as the rest of the group here, is it worthwhile to try to, I believe we'd have a much better chance of success if we team up. There's going to be more people there. And do we think the plant sale is a good thing? Do you think we could raise money on it? I mean, I kind of was leaning towards first one out of the gate was the signs, because I felt like the signs was the easiest way for us to make money if we can promote the signs in the median. But if we want to go ahead and try to do this plant sale, whether we specialize in palm trees like we talked about or something, I just have no idea how to even begin on a plant sale. I've never been involved with one. I don't really know anything about it. But if somebody gives me direction, I can start researching it.
I just wonder how labor intensive it would be. If we're dealing with 4-foot palm trees and someone I think has said we would deliver them, how are we going to do that?
Typically your palms don't come in until probably the like 3rd week of May. I know that.
Oh, really? Well, then we're too early for that part.
Too early for the palms. Yeah, for sure. But
We'll tell you, they're very expensive this year.
Are they?
They're tripled in price from what they used to be.
Really?
Yeah, that makes
Maybe we
sense.
want to table this for another year then. Not just the price, but we only have, 5 weeks? Can we put it together that quickly? And what do we get? I don't know anything about flowers, so that's,
Well, I think so kind of if you're going to do it, what you would do is contact, whether it's
Windsor's or.
yeah, Windsor's or even, somebody who can bring in like a trailer load wholesale, set it up, and there you go. So you would do things that are, going to be something around here that can live really well, such as impatiens, petunias, pansies, or no, the pansies would be out because they're out of season. So things that, would be sustainable here. I don't know. I know the Wilmington Flower Market, they do theirs every year. I've never been. So I've heard that's amazing. It's usually on the same weekend. But, I think it would be great. I just think maybe that we're pushing the time limits right now.
I agree with Kelly.
All
I
right,
think
so
we'll
maybe
do
we
it
just,
next year and make it a really fabulous thing. Maybe I can run up to the Wilmington one and see what it's like.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
No,
mean, what,
Check it out.
Baseball hat.
and another thought is, you could always do a fall one, kind of in the fall. So you can do winter pansies, you can do cabbages, you can do pumpkins, you can do, there's so much you can do for the fall as well. There's a lot of planting that happens in the fall, mums. So, we would have time to do that, and it would be something fall related. So.
so
Yeah,
no matter what, I'm sorry, go ahead, Alex.
no, I was just going to agree with the group. I love the idea of in the pumpkin patch or something fun would be great for Dewey. And I will say, one of the things we've talked about is just building on success and by not taking on too much. And I think this might fall into that too much for right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
Roger.
I got you. And I agree with the sign. I agree. And I'd like to move forward and see if we can come up with it and do these signs. I really do believe it's an easy way to hopefully come out of the gate and make some money. We just need to agree we're going to want to do it. Secondly, we need to come up with a price for the sign. And then thirdly, how many signs we're going to put out in the course in Dewey Beach. I mean, we should be able to maybe decide that today, because I know it's going to take us at least a month to get the signs together, and then it's going to take a little while. And I'd love to be able
Memorial
to,
Day before we need it.
yeah, it'd be nice to definitely be in before Memorial Day weekend. I mean, people would want to see the signs before then.
I can just shoot something over to the person, I forget who I was in contact with, but I do have the email. She was great. She got back with me within like 10 minutes and showed me a couple examples. So it didn't say the Dewey, but we could come up with the verbiage and everything like that and just email it to me and I can shoot it to her. She's great.
I mean, the logo would look great on a sign, and the signs that they have out that are further out that just sell Shell Brothers, they look great. I mean, they look fine. They're really clean. They're easy to read.
Not overwhelming, right?
So that's really all. I mean, so if how many signs do you think we have a sign at every crossing? Can we agree on that, you think?
Yeah, let's see how many we get, and then we can try to identify other locations if we run out of space.
That'd be a good problem to have.
How much the cost of the total for having a sign in?
That's the next question.
We would have to figure that out. I have to see what the cost would be from our person, but typically she said that it ran between $50 to $100 per sign.
Okay.
So what do you think is, if just a regular person, just, put that hat on for a second, and what would you be willing to pay to put your name or, family or business out on? It's $500. I don't know. I mean,
what were the beach mats going for? Let's start there.
we did $1,000 for a panel. So if you had one name on a panel, it was $1,000. If you had two names, you had 500 each. It was $1,000 no matter how you added it up.
But Paul, what is the limit on the panel? It's for what period of time?
That was a 3-year advertisement. But, if we're putting these on the highway, I mean, look at the visibility you get. So, That's why I think that's a lot more, that's much better. If I can make a comment, does anybody know Dave Ashby, the young guy that passed away last year?
He's my neighbor.
He's your neighbor. Some people approached me that they want to do a race for him this year, and they wanted to recognize him. So I think this was a good, it was a good suggestion. Put his, they want to adopt a section of highway, or, they were talking about park benches, but things like that. So whatever money they raise from the race, they're going to donate to the town. So I think that's a good way to do it.
That'd be nice.
I guess I was coming at it with the two-factor of what Kelly said, which was, that's a great way to start. Okay, so what's the cost of a beach mat? And then how much, what are we doing these for a year? Are we doing them for 3 years? How long do you think the signs would last?
I think you could do something where, maybe each year to renew it. So you go with like 500 to start, and then kind of like make it like a status thing, a bid thing, like the black license plates, like Monty does the black
I like the way you think.
You do the black cards, and then people are like, oh, I got my name on a black card, and you only do a certain amount, and people are just bargaining to get at it, and you make it a status thing.
Yeah, and Kelly, to add to that, I think we promote the idea, it's a limited quantity, right? Get them before they run out. You do it 1 year, and we can base pricing on, let's say they all sell out at $500 a piece. Well, next year they're $750. So I really like the idea of an end date and limited quantity, or limited chance to be able to support the town and highlight, whatever you want.
Right. Yeah.
It was funny when we did the beach mats, it was the same thing. Donations, the ones that did it right away. And then there was a lull, and then they were trickling in, and all of a sudden when it was closed, everybody wanted to come in, and like, well, sorry, we already ordered them.
Oh, I think when people see the signs, then that.
How do I get one of those? Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there shouldn't, I think, is it 10 or 11 cross streets at least? So, that could easily be $5,000 minus the cost of the signs. That would be a real.
We just want to keep them on Route 1. We won't put them up King Charles, right?
No, I think, I don't know.
The idea is you're sponsoring a section of the garden, right?
Yeah.
So
the whole
garden,
program, the whole beautification program as well.
Right. Well, let's figure out how many we get, and then we say, hey, if we get 10 this year at $500, that's 5,000. Frankly, I'd be happy with that.
That's great.
Yeah, if we get 10,000, 20,000, and we'll figure out where to put these things.
Along with limited quantity, you could also say, you select your spot, and if it's gone, it's gone. But like, I know a bunch of people on my street who would probably want, to own Clayton Street, like put a sign right there on the end. So
I know somebody who would want one too.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I think it's we got a limited space, and you get to pick the spot, and when it's gone, you're out.
Right. If you get two people that want the same street corner, one takes the southbound view, one takes the northbound view.
Yeah. Well, I think it's critical to get everything nailed down so we're able to promote that right away.
What do we have to do now, Drew?
Kelly's going to get a price for a sign, so we know we have a definite cost. And then we pretty much agreed to $500 to sell them for $500. I think everybody was in agreement. And we're talking about putting one at every cross street in the beginning. If it's a runaway hit, maybe we can figure out other places to put one, maybe down by the entrance to the Baywalk. I don't know. Then we run into situations on whose property it's on and that kind of thing. But
it's on town's property. We won't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also need to know how many letters, right? So kind of the guidelines around customization.
If we had the logo and we just said beautified by the Stevens family, or whoever.
Yeah, although I will say one of the things Commissioner Bauer was mentioning was if you owned a local business, right? So if one of the restaurants in town wanted to highlight that and they were willing to do the $500, are we open to that? Do you allow one logo plus your company's logo? Do you have 30 letters? Those are the kind of questions that will come up. So I
Yeah.
think you have to have some guidelines. I wonder if, we can make some high level recommendations here and then we come back and we kind of finalize what that looks like, Kelly, based on what you learned.
Okay, yep, I'll do a couple options and see what she
And
says.
I'll make my way, talking to the different business owners.
Great.
Yeah, I will tell you with the holiday lights that are over at Hudson Fields every year, there's a ton of local businesses that support it. And as you drive through, it's a great way to reinforce that. So I see this as an opportunity for both individuals and businesses.
Yep. Me too. On the subject of fundraising, I have something else to add. Delaware Division of Tourism will pay an artist to build whatever we want to build. So they have some guidelines and I'm going to have them come up with some designs so I can fill you in on that. But that's a way to fund that thing where it doesn't cost the town any money.
Oh, that's great news.
Well, committee members, I have to leave, so
All right.
thank
I
you
can-
very much. See you later.
Hey, before you leave, Dale,
Yeah.
I just sent you an email. Janine found the IRS tax code and the exact line that it's on. So I forwarded it to you in email.
Great, very good.
Is there anything we need to vote on? Or are we all set, Drew?
No, we don't need to vote on anything. It was just a recommendation on the flyer. And then we haven't really decided anything on these signs yet. We need more feedback from Kelly about the cost. Once we have a cost, then I think we can vote on it.
Do the next meeting, keep it within Del Dot's framework.
Yes,
We're good.
To keep this moving, do we want to do a meeting 2 weeks from now? Or, I mean, whatever timing, I think we had a really great discussion today. Wonder if we need to have another one soon.
So April 8th, does that work for everybody right now? I know everybody really doesn't know what's going to happen by then, but April 8th.
I cannot attend.
Okay. Well, you're a key person for this, so let
What
us know
time?
when.
Yeah, I can't attend either.
Let us know, Kelly, when you might have availability. I mean, it
I
doesn't
will
have
have
to be.
availability anytime after April 12th.
Spring
Okay,
break
how about-
that week.
How about the 15th of April?
I can do that.
Tax day.
Spring break.
The
All
old
right.
tax day.
15th of April.
Okay.
And by then we should have it nailed down exactly what we're doing with these signs. And so that we can just kind of we can vote on it and then we can get those like rolling quickly.
Yeah,
I
and
can
then May
get on
1st meeting.
That's easy to do.
Sounds great.
All
So
right.
I
Thanks,
guess
everybody.
make a motion to adjourn.
Turn?
I so move.
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wait,
Thank
who was
you.
the second on that? Wait, who was the second on the
Ellen.
motion?
Ellen was second. Who was first? Just 'cause
Janine.
Janine, great. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.